Okay. Awesome.
This table is too high. We need to get better chairs.
It's a very high table. My chair works.
Is that a squeaky chair? It's not squeaking.
It's not squeaking.
A little bit.
A little bit. I won't move much. I
feel like a little kid.
at the little kid dinner table.
Oh yeah, dude. Anytime we would have family gatherings, we would just get delegated to this shitty little tiny table way off in the corner of the room.
Yep.
But I always thought it was so sick. I was like, hell yeah,
best kids table. You get to just chill with all the kids.
To this day, though, that same group of former kids, they're all my age, but
adults now.
Yeah. We still all go off and sit at a separate table from the rest of the family at family gathering. Me and my cousins. It's pretty sick, honestly. Yeah. I wouldn't want to sit at the adult table. Who needs them?
It's not as fun. You get to hang out with all the kids your age instead of hanging out with all the dry, dusty adults.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember doing that when I was a kid too. It was sick.
The dry, dusty adults. I'm pretty sure my family watches this, at least to an extent. They watch some of it.
They're gonna see
They watch the very beginning at the very least.
They're gonna hear us roasting your family.
That's all right. They can take it.
I think we start.
Okay, welcome back to the Big and Stuff podcast. It's your boy, Greg, joined as always by your other boy, Logan.
Logan.
How you doing today, big dog?
Not too bad, man. I woke up kind of early this morning at about 8 o'clock, which I was kind of hoping to sleep in this morning, but you can't always sleep in, I guess.
I slept in.
You slept in
on the fucking bathroom floor.
Hell, bro. Cashed out on the bathroom floor is rough.
Dude, last night was sick though. I watched a bunch of movies. I rewatched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got the 4K Blu-ray for that, so I rewatched that.
Nice.
I rewatched Big Trouble in Little China, which is a slapper and a half. Dude. I also watched Jim Henson's The Labyrinth.
Okay, yeah. Which, I remember watching that.
In hindsight, probably could have gone on my board because that was a.
I remember you telling me you
formative
loved
movie.
That movie. Yeah,
I would. My cousin, back when we lived down in Florida and we would come up here.
Yeah.
And visit my cousins, and my whole family all lived up here. I would always look forward to watching that movie because they had a sick setup, a home theater deal in their basement. And so we would always watch that movie when we came to my uncle's house with my cousins.
This chair is going to be a fucking menace to society today, dude.
That's all right. We'll get better office chairs eventually. I mean, you can tell. Point. As you can see, we're in a new set.
Yeah, new set.
This is the Sigma set.
Sigma Chad set.
Not quite in its final form yet. We're still getting stuff set up. I got a pretty baller Godzilla poster that I'm going to put in there, and we got some more wall decorations here.
It is going to be absolutely pimped.
Got random boxes and stuff on the sides.
Oh yeah.
Of more stuff that I need to put up, but this is it's gonna be pretty sick when it's fully done. But as of right now, it's still definitely a work in progress.
I'm hyped to see it, man. When it's all done and ready.
Same.
This looks awesome as is.
I mean, you saw it when I first moved into this place. I had just a room full of boxes, so it's definitely better than that.
Absolutely.
Speaking of hype, though, dude, new Chainsaw Man chapters dropped. We were going to do weekly reviews of every chapter, but I'm finding myself looking at this instead of the camera.
Yeah, I know. I was doing that too.
But we're going to do weekly chapter reviews, but
starting after this week, we're
kind of busy. Got caught up on other stuff the last few episodes, so we did not cover Chainsaw Man. But the first 3 chapters are out, and so I want to talk about them. But first, let's talk about OG Chainsaw Man, which I got up there.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Big fan.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed the original run of Chainsaw Man.
You recommend to me tons of stuff to read and watch.
I've got a list. A Google Doc of just a ton of anime and manga and TV shows and shit that I want him to read and watch.
Yeah.
He's barely made a dent, but that was at the top of the list.
I've barely made a dent, but you told me to read that ASAP, and I'm very glad I did. It is awesome.
Definitely. I think it's one of my favorite mangas.
Yeah. It's up there with Berserk. It's not as good, but it's definitely up there with how much I like it.
Yeah. And, it's funny. I don't know how to phrase this. Shorter manga, I'm more likely to want to read, but then when I finish them, I wish they were longer.
Yeah.
Because if I hear something as 50 volumes, I'm like, I don't know if I want to get into a 50-volume series that's really long.
Right.
But I saw Chainsaw Man's only 11 volumes. I'm like, hell yeah, I can read that.
That's easy to get
bang
into.
through that really easy. Mm-hmm. So I finished the 11 volumes, and I'm like, damn, I wish it was a 50-volume series, because I could have really gotten into this.
Yeah.
But alas, it's pretty short. I think it was like a really good kind of self-contained, like,
yeah.
It felt like the story told the whole story that it wanted to tell, but left the ending open enough that they could continue it, which is what they're doing, what he's doing, Tetsuki Fujimoto.
Right.
Yeah, so I wasn't really sure what we were going to be getting ourselves into with the part 2.
Right.
What did you think of these new chapters?
Good. Not what I was expecting. I was hoping to see a little bit more.
Dude, 3 chapters, no Denji.
I know. I'm like reading, and I'm like, where is my boy Denji at? I'm looking to see some Chainsaw Man action. But
it's been interesting. Do you think they did it like a time skip? Because everybody's talking about like
maybe like a short.
The world seems different than it was. Because part 1 felt very much just like normal kind of Tokyo, how you'd expect it to be, but this feels like a almost weird, like
having a chick
kind of dystopian
as your class pet.
It feels like the world has changed a bit since part 1 ended. Yeah, and also Chainsaw Man's like a big celebrity demon hunter now, which is pretty sick. Yeah, it's kind of cool to like hear about him from just the common people.
Right.
That's always interesting.
Yeah, because like we see him as a good guy, but he's a demon, so like.
It's just kind of cool. I like the kind of street level, like in Spider-Man Homecoming, like hearing all the like regular high school kids talking about the superheroes as they exist in their life. And then this is kind of a similar deal of like talking about Chainsaw Man as if he's some kind of like superhero. It's always just kind of cool to see that perspective, because always in shows or movies or whatever, you're kind of right there with whoever the hero is, and you don't get to see that what the world thinks of them perspective very often. It's cool.
Very narrow-minded. Kind of narrow-minded, because
it's like a narrow lens, right?
Yes,
like
exactly.
You're only seeing it through like as if you know the superhero, and you're like you're in on it,
right?
Whereas the rest of the world kind of isn't.
That's kind of what I like. Kind of a segue. Kind of what I like about The Boys, because it shows them in a more realistic light. I mean, I know this isn't really realistic, but like. Let me think about how to explain that. Let me think about how to explain that really quick. Like, you're so used to seeing, like, Superman being a good guy and all of these, like, good superheroes and stuff.
Sure.
And then in The Boys, it kind of flips that.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know where I'm going with this.
It doesn't kind of seems irrelevant to what I was saying. But
I totally lost my train of thought.
That's all right, man. The Boys is a good show. I like The Boys too. Appreciate it.
I don't know where I was going with that.
So for part 2 of Chainsaw Man, we've got, it seems like kind of a new protagonist, Asa Mitaka.
Do you think she's going to be the protagonist?
She's definitely seems like, at least for these chapters, she's the main character. Right. So I imagine she'll be a focus of the story at the very least. It would be interesting if the whole thing is from her perspective and Chainsaw Man is like the antagonist, even though he's still the good guy.
Yeah.
He's like working against our new main character.
That would be kind of wild.
That would be an interesting flip of perspective. You don't get that a lot.
Yeah.
I would.
That would be kind of interesting
to see more of Denji, though, because I really enjoy him as a main character.
He's hilarious.
And the series is still named after him. It's not like it's got a new, it's not like
War Devil,
Boruto or whatever.
Yeah.
It's still called Chainsaw Man, so I imagine he's still the main character. The story is still about him, but it seems like this new character who, dude, that scene where she goes with the teacher and her class president.
Yeah,
I did not see that coming. I think being on Jump Plus and not being in like Weekly Shonen Jump anymore, he's allowed to go a little more off the rails, and we're starting to get some of that
more
Fire
violent.
Punch. Have you started Fire Punch?
Dude, I have not started.
I gotta buy the rest of that. I only have volume 1, but I read all of it.
I'm taking that sucker home with me tonight.
Yeah, you can borrow it. That's cool. I gotta buy the rest of them for sure, though. Fire Punch is really like intense, though. It's like really. He seemingly had no restrictions whatsoever to what he was allowed to put in there. It's the most insane shit. Like, he just really, really went crazy writing Fire Punch. And I'm feeling a little bit of that with
part 2.
With part 2. Not quite to the same extent, but it definitely feels more violent and like gritty. And also like the teacher is like fucking his students, and then she like rips his spine out. It's like
I had to reread that because I was like, what the fuck? Seriously? And then the spine ripping out.
Dude, that was so cool. The War Devil, which takes over the main character, her ability, I guess, is to like transform anything that she has in her possession into a weapon. So like that's gonna be pretty sick.
I can't wait, dude. That's kind of why I'm thinking she's probably gonna be the villain.
I think she is the villain.
for the first couple chapters, she's the protagonist.
Well, protagonist doesn't mean good guy. Just
Right,
means
right,
POV
right,
character.
right.
So I think it would be interesting if she is the protagonist and the villain is the main character, and we see the story like from the villain's perspective going against the hero who we've already established and followed up to this point.
Right.
I don't know if that's what he's going to do, but that would be a cool thing if he is going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So War Devil, pretty sick. What is that? It's like a little bird.
I don't know. It looked like a cat or like a bird or like an owl, like a black owl or something. I'm
That's
not
interesting.
Sure. Yeah.
It's funny how these like really powerful devils
just like little.
Yeah, like the Chainsaw Devil was just a little cute dog. Yeah. And it's like they're like, I don't know, they have like a compressed form or whatever. Like I don't know what the deal is with all these crazy powerful devils just being cute animals in the real world.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like a way to make them not seem as bad,
right?
To like whoever they're saying yes, take over my body to.
Maybe. I hope you guys have read Chainsaw Man, because this conversation is going to be incomprehensible to anybody who hasn't.
Well, I don't know, man. It's pretty popular.
Just read it. It's 11 volumes. It's not that long.
The anime starts in like what, October?
I don't think we have a confirmed date for it yet.
Oh, it is this year though, isn't it?
It's this fall, but we just have that window. We don't know exactly when it's going to start. Apparently, we're getting a new trailer on August 5th, though.
Yeah, for the whatever thing is going on, right?
Some kind of anime expo.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's going to be, but
hype.
Yeah,
dude.
Very excited for that.
I have rewatched that first trailer like a good.
Oh, it's such a good trailer. I really hope the animation actually looks like that, because it looks insane.
It's a Mappa, dude. It's gonna look absolutely fire. It's got to.
I hope so. They put out a trailer for Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1 back when Mappa first picked that up, because it used to be Wit Studio. And the trailer for that had all of the Titans animated in hand animation, but in the actual show they were CG. So just because the trailer looks a certain way doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be
kind of like a Marvel movie.
Yeah, kind of. Well, I think they animate the trailer as like, they don't take the trailer as like, you know, when there's a movie trailer, they take the movie and they cut it down into a trailer. I think they animate the trailer like specifically, like they make the trailer as its own thing. It's not from clips of the show.
Oh, because they haven't
done
the
it
whole show. Right.
So
that's weird.
The promotional videos for anime, I don't know if it's like this for every anime, but a lot of the time, because the episodes have not been animated yet, they just animate them specifically for the trailer, and then they do it again for the show.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it will look that good, but I hope it looks that good, because the animation is crazy in that trailer.
I mean, Attack on Titan Season 4 episode, or Part 2.
Dude, that's so goofy that they're doing that. Why not just call it Seasons 4, 5, and 6?
I don't know.
Instead of going Final Season Part 1, Final Season Part 2, Final Season Part 3. Like, it's...
That second batch was only, what, like...
12
episodes? But I guess it's
Season
how long
2 is 12 episodes.
Was.
So they could have called it its own season. How long do you think this last batch is going to be? Because I imagine it's only going to be a couple episodes, right?
No, I doubt it. I bet it'll probably be another 10-episode sucker.
You think so? I don't know. I haven't read the manga.
Same.
But I've heard... Because I remember when Part 2 was coming out and we thought that was the end.
Right.
People were like, how are they going to cram this much content? And then like a couple episodes that were left.
Right.
I don't know how much content that is. If it's going to be like a full season's worth of episodes, or if it's just going to be a few episodes, like 5 or 6 episodes.
Well,
I don't know.
I remember seeing when season 2 came to an end, and when season 2 was coming to an end, they were
season 2 or final season part 2.
Final season part 2.
Gotcha.
When that was coming to an end, I remember seeing a lot of rumors about a movie. So I don't know, maybe like a 2.5 hour movie divided by 20 minutes. So maybe. I mean, I know it's just a rumor, but like, just like cut those down into episodes. Maybe that would be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if people are thinking they could fit it all into like a 2-hour movie, you know?
Yeah, that's what was making me think it's going to be a shorter deal than. I hope not, though, because apparently it's crazy action heavy. I saw this interview with some of the animators, and they're talking about like they just felt despair at trying to adapt the last bit because it's so intense. Like it's apparently just like full on like warfare. Like the last few episodes are going to be just insane.
It's too bad we got to wait till next year to watch that, because that is going to be so sweet.
We got plenty of good stuff coming out to sate us, though. We got
Chainsaw Man.
We got JoJo. Second chunk of part 6 coming out in beginning of September. That's going to be awesome.
Wakanda Forever comes out this year too, doesn't it?
Yeah, dude, I totally forgot that that was coming out this year. I thought it was the next year thing, but it's this November. It's coming out really soon.
Yeah, we've got one more Marvel movie. We've got She-Hulk, which looks really good. I'm very excited for She-Hulk.
Yeah, and then at Comic-Con, they unveiled the whole Phase 5 and 6 plan. I don't think we got all of them for Phase 6. We only got 3 movies on Phase 6. But you want to go through that? We'll just talk about that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let's see.
Phase 5 kicks off, it looks like, with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is going to be very exciting because I've heard that that's going to be quite a game changer. That's going to be a like proper introduction to Kang, because we saw him a little bit in Loki, but it wasn't the real Kang.
Right.
This is going to be like full-on Kang.
We're getting into it big here with the Quantumania. I'm very excited for that. I really like the Ant-Man movies too. I feel like they don't get as much love as they deserve.
I think they're fun. They're very they kind of feel a little fillery. The first two do, at the very least.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a fun side adventure that doesn't really have much to do with anything.
That's kind of what I'm looking for.
Apparently is going to be a big deal,
insane,
which I'm excited about. Do we know anything about what the plot actually is? I know it's going to have MODOK and Kang, but that's all I know about it.
Yeah, that I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I heard
that Cassie, Scott's daughter, is going to be
a bigger part of it.
Like, she might get a size-changing suit.
Ooh.
What do they call them? Like an Ant-Man suit or a Wasp suit.
Sure.
Like, they can change size.
Probably setting her up for like a Young Avengers.
Because I think she is, in the comics, takes up... I don't know if she doesn't become like the Wasp. She becomes her own thing, but she takes up a kind of superhero mantle.
Of some sort of bug thing, I think. Because I think she does do shrinking, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's the same powers as Ant-Man and the Wasp have.
Right.
But she has like a purple suit.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
So I heard that she might join them, and then do you think it's going to be like they go into the quantum realm?
Quantumania?
Seems like it.
Yeah, and then that'll... I don't know, man. That movie's sounds like it's going to be nuts.
I'm pretty excited for it. Black Panther Wakanda Forever looks really exciting. I heard that Doctor Doom might be in it.
I hope so.
Doctor Doom is like the Marvel villain. I really, really am excited for that. Do you think because we're going to jump around a little bit here, I guess, in our conversation, but they also announced for Phase 6, we got Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I think Kang, obviously, is going to be the villain in Kang Dynasty, but do you think they'll defeat him, or he'll get killed in some regard, and then Doctor Doom maybe is the Secret Wars villain? Because he's the villain in comic Secret Wars, right?
In the newer version, yes. And the way that this is looking, it kind of seems like
I think they're going to base
something
it on the newer
like
version. I don't think it'll be based on the old one with the Beyonder.
Yeah. That's a good question, because like I'm kind of thinking maybe it's like a Thanos type thing where like they almost get him, and then he does some weird shit with the multiverse and sends it into a secret war.
Maybe. I got to imagine Doctor Doom is heavily involved in Secret Wars, though, especially with Fantastic Four in Phase 6.
Yeah, I hope so.
So what's really interesting about the timing for these two Avengers movies, they both come out in the same year. That's insane.
So that's what they were trying to do with Infinity War and Endgame, but because of COVID, they had to push it back.
No, they came out before COVID. Endgame came out in 2019.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I thought they
had nothing to do with COVID.
There was some reason. I thought they were trying to release it earlier.
No. It came out when it was supposed to come out. It used to be Infinity War Part 1 and 2. But that was like years and years before they ever got there. That was the original plan, but they modified it like way before they got to it.
Damn.
But Infinity War was 2018, and then Endgame was 2019. It had nothing to do with COVID.
Dang. I could have sworn. I guess I'm just thinking of all the stuff that came afterwards.
Yeah, because they had to stall for Black Widow. I think is what they stalled for, but that didn't have anything to do with them.
I don't know why I thought that. That's weird.
I don't know, man.
Weird.
Let's go back up to Phase 5 though, because I want to talk about some more of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We got a ton of Disney Plus shows.
So I like the Disney Plus shows more or less, but the fact that there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this list is insane. Out of the
Phase 4 was really show heavy too, because we only had I think 7 movies, right? We had Black Widow. We had they have a list here?
I thought they did. Yeah, I think it's at the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, we had Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Thor.
Yeah.
Right, and then we'll have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That's 7 movies.
Yep.
But we also had like a ton of shows. We had WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel,
Hawkeye.
Damn. We had a lot of shows.
A lot of shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I like the shows. They're good. I like the long-form content like that, but...
I enjoy having something to look forward to every week. I like the weekly releases. That's fun.
But also, like, damn.
I feel like it does kind of fragment the canon a little bit. Like, it makes it so spread out. It's hard to, like... Because it's not just a series of movies anymore. You have to also kept up with a bunch of different TV shows.
Right. You have to watch a ton of stuff.
Which is no problem for me to keep up with because I enjoy it. But I imagine for general audiences...
And rip anybody new getting into this now.
Yeah, because there's so much to watch. It's... Even just having so many movies, but also just,
Phase 5.
Phase 5 is insane. It seems like it's a very similar show to movie ratio as Phase 4.
Yeah.
And I imagine Phase 6, we don't have the full lineup on that, but I imagine it'll be quite a few shows in there. A little bit of a technical difficulty there. We're having issues with our camera. We'll have to get that sorted out. As you saw last episode, we had
I'm going to be getting a... it just went away. There was an ad for it. I'm going to get a... SSD hard drive, like an external hard drive.
Okay.
Just to make it so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
First show, Secret Invasion. Yep. Yeah, we're getting back on track here.
Spring of 2023.
So what I was saying before we cut out was Captain Marvel established the Skrulls as being generally good, right?
Yeah.
And Secret Invasion, if you don't know, is...
bad Skrulls.
Skrulls pretending to be all kinds of different characters, right? And and secretly invading. Kind of like
Hydra with S.H.I.E.L.D. Like they just infiltrate the worlds.
So are we thinking it's going to be a twist that... Are we thinking that the Skrulls are going to turn evil, or if it's going to be a separate group of Skrulls that we don't know about that will be evil? Or... Because they already did a twist of... Here's the Skrulls, they're bad guys. Oh, twist, they're actually good.
Right.
And then we're going to, retwist into them being bad again? Seems weird.
Gotta be a whole new faction of them. Because they have the rights to the Super Skrulls now.
Right.
So they can do, super powered ones. I bet that'll probably be part of the problem. That would make sense. It's interesting to me that that's before the Marvels, because I would have thought that... They would kind of tie together? Yeah, that Captain Marvel would maybe lead into Secret Invasion. But it looks like it's the other way around. I'm kind of thinking that the Marvels will be kind of more, off-planet, more space type of deal? I think so. I don't know, though. I really have no idea what that movie's even going to be about. I watched a clip of an interview with the actress that plays Kamal Khan, and she said that the Marvels is wild, and it's going to explain a lot about her, and about Captain Marvel and some other things. You think they'll do anything with the newer dimension? Think that'll have anything to do with it, or we think we're done with that? I don't know. I think. I don't know. It's hard to speculate. We got a lot of stuff here, and very little insight onto much of it. None. I don't even know what the Agatha House of Chaos or Coven of Chaos or whatever it's called is going to be about. Well, it's going to be about Agatha Harkness, right? But, but she was taken care of at the end of. You think it'll maybe be a prequel? This is her in her heyday, maybe. Back in the olden times when she was in the 1600s or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't seem as interesting to me. That show I am not sold on, honestly. Yeah, well, because we only have just the name of it right now. We don't know anything else about it or how it. But if it has anything to do with anything else. I know, but I just feel like throwing Agatha back in there after. It does feel a little bit like. It does feel a little bit like they're only making that show because people really like Catherine Hahn's performance in WandaVision and not because it was part of the plan initially. Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. But looking forward to it. I'll watch it when it comes out. Hopefully it's good. I'm gonna watch everything on this list. I'm just saying sure. I'm not sold on. Echo is another one that I'm not 100% sold on. Just because Echo feels to me a little bit like a discount Elektra. Especially since Daredevil is going to be in it, which is super cool. We got Daredevil coming back. Daredevil Born Again is going to be 18 episodes. That's going to be nuts, dude. 18 episodes. That's a long. And I heard that
Daredevil and Spider-Man are going to be pretty linked together. Like they're going to be like the leaders of the street level.
My
heroes.
God, I did not read through many of my Instagram messages. I'm sure.
Dude, I've been sending you a ton of stuff. Yeah,
that's hype, dude. I have been wanting a Daredevil Spider-Man kind of crossover for a while.
We got a little taste in No Way Home with Daredevil being his lawyer, but apparently they're going to be
nice.
The way Kevin Feige I think phrased it was like that they were kind of the forefront of the street level heroes, which to me sounds like they'll be working together in some capacity.
I sure hope so.
So that's really exciting. But then Echo is also going to be a part of that, and Daredevil is apparently going to be in that, and also in
he's in a lot
She-Hulk.
of stuff. Yeah, he's going to be in She-Hulk. His new suit, not a great look at it, but I am stoked. I like that.
I do like the yellow.
Suit.
I enjoy getting a change up of costume every once in a while. You gotta keep selling toys.
Costume changes are so sweet.
They change them. I think every movie heroes have new costumes because obviously they want to sell toys.
Daredevil never got a new costume after he got his though. He had the black
costume and then the
red one.
The red one. I
think that was it.
True. But that show was not really aimed at children.
Yeah, true. I can't imagine. Do you think Born Again will be?
I don't think it'll be aimed at children. I think it'll probably keep a still more mature tone, but I imagine it'll keep it in the PG-13 range.
Probably.
Instead of being so intense like the Netflix version was.
We've seen some good PG-13 action, though.
Yeah, I think...
And, Doctor Strange was really good, and that was, kind of scary.
I think a lot of the time, you can go a little bit more violent than you would think with PG-13, and studios, I think, don't, because they don't want to risk accidentally getting R.
Right.
But... So that's why you see a lot of the more kind of tame stuff in the PG-13 region, but you can go a little bit more intense than you would expect.
Right.
So I hope this kind of pushes the edge of that, because Daredevil, the original Daredevil series worked really well with that gritty, dark awesomeness. Do you think this canonizes the other Netflix shows, if Daredevil is going to be canon?
I hope so. But also, I feel like they're going to recast Iron Fist.
Probably just because his show didn't do very well.
Yeah.
People didn't like that version of Iron Fist very well. I don't know. I really like Iron Fist as a character, but the show was just very boring.
Bad. I wasn't a fan either. I never watched fully through Luke Cage. I think I watched the first half of the first season.
I watched all of season 1 and about half of season 2.
I like that actor. I like him as Luke Cage, but I couldn't get into the show. So I'd be okay if they kept him around too. Same with Jessica Jones, because I really like
Jessica Jones. They made a season 3 of that, didn't they?
Yeah, I never watched it.
I didn't watch that either. I watched the first 2 seasons.
It kind of came out and then I just forgot about it.
I definitely fell off of watching the Netflix series. The only one I fully watched was Daredevil. I didn't watch season 2 of Punisher either.
Oh, season 2 of Punisher was good.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see how canon they are. I might have to finish them off. If
I
they
forgot about Punisher, dude. I hope Punisher...
yeah, what's the actor's name?
I almost said Frank Castle.
Frank, yeah. He was really good, though.
Yeah. John Bernthal,
yeah. He was great as Punisher. Excellent casting there. I definitely hope they keep him around. I would love to see him in Daredevil. With 18 episodes, they've got a lot of room to mess around and have other characters show up.
That's like a show on TV length.
Yeah, well,
I'm curious as to how that release schedule is going to go.
This 6-episode thing is kind of lame with all the other series having them be 6 episodes, because it's too long to be a movie length deal, but too short to be. They don't put a series. It feels like
enough in the episodes.
The middle feels a little empty on all of them.
Yes, I agree.
Episode 1 will be really strong, and then the last 2 episodes will be really strong.
Yeah.
But then the middle of the season will be kind of a little bit filler feeling.
Yeah.
But this feels like it's intentionally long because they have a lot to say with it, which is going to be cool.
Is fine by me. I'd take 100 Daredevil episodes.
Right. Ironheart is going to be pretty sick. We're getting her introduction in Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Yep. I don't know a ton about her. I do know she is obviously dresses up in an Iron Man costume, but her own, and her name is Ironheart.
It's funny to think of it as a costume.
Because it's super high-tech super armor. Yeah,
an Iron Man costume, sure.
And then also the hologram Tony Stark also hangs out with her.
You think they'll do that?
I hope so. That would be sick, but also I don't know if Robert Downey Jr. will come back.
I don't know. He's probably done with it, but he could also Take him like
do like a little cameo.
Just come in for a day and record a couple lines on a hologram. It doesn't even have to like show up,
right?
You know, in timing with the rest of it. He could just do it on a green screen in his house, or whatever, and send in the files.
Yeah, that would be cool because I mean that is a pretty good part of her story. I think is that
if you're gonna have a successor to Iron Man, it kind of makes sense to have a little bit of a passing of the torch instead of just like, hey, I'm the new Iron
I'm
hero.
taking over. Yeah. Before we move any further, I don't see the Armor Wars show anywhere on Phase 5 or 6, dude. Kind of weird.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Because they announced that a ways back. But I don't know. Sometimes they announce things and then they don't put them out. Like The Inhumans was going to be a movie for a while.
And then they made it into a show.
We're just checking the recording again?
Yeah, I just want to
We good?
check. Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Oh, I cannot wait to have that sorted out.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird because I was excited for it. I'm down to see some more Rhodey playing
War Machine,
and
Rhodey playing War Machine,
and
Frank Castle playing Punisher.
Yeah, Frank Castle playing Punisher. Oh man, who's the douchebag in the second movie?
What?
The douchebag in Iron Man 2. Justin Hammer.
Oh yeah, Justin Hammer.
To be in it.
Yeah, I loved him. He was fun.
Liked him. Yeah. He's a real douche, but I liked him in the movie. He was in.
Did you watch the one shot where?
They're
in prison.
Yep.
And the real Mandarin breaks Ben Kingsley's character, the fake Mandarin, out,
which leads into Shang-Chi. Yeah, that's always sweet. I actually because that came out a long time ago. I just watched it like a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah,
I watched it before Shang-Chi.
Damn, I should have watched it before Shang-Chi.
Yeah, because I knew that was going to tie in, so I gave it a watch.
Duh. Let's see, dude. Loki season 2?
Pretty exciting. I think we'll probably get some more Kang from that.
Yeah. I'm curious as to how the whole Kang... I know we talked about this before, but I'm just curious as to how the whole Kang thing is just going to go, because... We're going to see him in Quantumania, and then I'm guessing we're probably going to see a different version of him in Loki Season 2.
Right.
So, like, how is it all going to fit together? Like, the puzzle pieces are just, like, confusing.
Well, we basically just have a few of them right now. Yeah. And they're kind of scattered across the floor. Imagine we'll be putting them together as we go along.
Right.
But yeah, I imagine we'll just get a bunch of Kangs and different versions of him, and
right.
I don't know. We'll figure it out with Ant-Man and Loki, I guess, is probably going to be giving us more pieces to that puzzle.
For sure.
Blade is very exciting. Do you think he will be working with Black Knight, with Kit Harington's character? Are they going to be...
So...
Because you hear Blade's voice at the end of Eternals in that post-credit scene where he gets the sword, right?
Yeah, so I want to say yes, but I mean, they've brought characters in before at the end of a movie and, like, not brought them back for, like, a while before.
Like who?
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but they've done it before. I mean... I don't know. I feel like it's a similar thing to the Hercules thing, where we see Hercules at the end of Thor, but it's going to be a while before we get that payoff. So I'm not sure if we're going to see him in Blade or not.
Well, it just feels weird, because the post-credit scene could have just been him opening the sword, but Blade specifically, you hear him say something.
Yeah.
That feels like a really random inclusion if they're not going to be together.
True.
Like, in some capacity, I feel like he's going to be in that movie, because why the hell would Blade have even talked to him if that was going to be irrelevant, you know?
I don't know, maybe.
Anyway, Black Knight is not the focus of that. Blade is. And he's definitely going to be there. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're going to do vampires. If it'll be, like, full-on, like, Dracula-style, like, traditional vampires, or if it'll be, like, Morbius kind of vampires. And, like, supposedly they've been there the whole time, right? So that's going to be another...
weird inclusion or a weird thing to have to deal with.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like they keep doing that. Like, oh, they were here the whole time, like the Eternals and
the Fantastic Four thing is going to be weird too, because that movie is not going to be an origin movie. It's going to be after they've started.
You think it'll be like when they get their powers, you know, the cosmic wave or whatever? Do you think that'll like shoot them through time or whatever, and that'll be in the present day from like the 60s or whatever, and that's how they'll explain it?
Or like they get trapped in like what's the zone they get trapped?
The negative zone?
The negative zone. Maybe they get trapped in the negative zone, or maybe the quantum zone.
Maybe tie it in with
everything else that's going on.
If Kang is going to be doing stuff with the quantum realm,
yeah.
I assume, if it's going to be called Quantum Mania.
And I gotta assume that the Fantastic Four, maybe the Fantastic Four show up in Ant-Man Quantumania. That'd be wild.
That would be a lot.
I think that would be too much. That would be a lot. That would be pretty dope.
You never know. I don't know. They're really hyping up Quantumania like it's going to be a huge deal. So,
but they also hyped up with Doctor Strange, and that wasn't as crazy. But this one's probably going to be crazier.
Hopefully, I don't know. One that I really want to talk about is the Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
we've been hearing like speculation and rumors on that for a long time. What do you think the lineup's going to be? Probably U.S. Agent, right? Wyatt Russell's character.
Yelena.
Oh yeah, she's going to be, I guess, the new Black Widow, right?
Yep.
And then they'll probably have. You think Abomination will be in it?
Probably,
like since they don't have Red Hulk.
Well, and I've heard that he's going to be in the new She-Hulk, and he is in the new She-Hulk.
Yeah,
we saw him in the trailer, and he was in Shang-Chi. I gotta assume they're probably kind of working him back in to bring him into that movie.
Probably.
Because
we'll have a Captain America, a Black Widow, a Hulk. You think it'll do like a lineup of
Captain Ross anymore? Because that actor passed away unless they recast him. But
yeah, I don't think they will.
No. I can't. Don't tap on the table. Last time we tapped on the table and it fucked with the mic. I was just tapping on it. And then the lady from Seinfeld is going to probably be in charge.
She's going to be like the Nick Fury.
I think so. That seems what they would be kind of setting her up for. It wouldn't be Kate Bishop's probably going to be on the Young Avengers team.
No, because the Thunderbolts is like kind of bad.
Yeah.
It's like their Suicide Squad, essentially, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Deadpool would be fucking sick.
Yo, if they get Deadpool in there, I doubt it, though. They don't have anything.
Maybe on
like they could
Thunderbolts 2, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they would do it in this. I gotta assume Deadpool would.
You think Agatha Harkness might be in it as like their Doctor Strange?
Ooh, that
equivalent?
Maybe, because these kind of come out
having her show.
These kind of come out right around the same ish time.
Yeah, her show's a little bit.
That comes out in the winter of 23 and 24. That comes out in July. That would make sense that she would be kind of like the witch.
Could do it. Have a magic rep. Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty sick.
That would be that would make sense as to why they would have her show other than just everybody like Catherine Hahn in WandaVision.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
hey, that's a new theory. Maybe we get her on there.
You heard it here.
Maybe Loki. You think Loki might be a part of it?
Is he going to come back?
I don't know. He's getting to season 2 of his show.
I know, but he's like in like a weird time.
I guess we'll have to wait until
displaced thing.
Yeah, but like they can transport out to other like universes and stuff from there.
Maybe he just gets out and stays out somehow.
Maybe. I don't know why he would go. I don't know why he'd go to the main universe though, because that's not the one he's from. You know what I mean? Like that would be kind of a random choice for him to go. Like,
yeah, that would be
back into this other universe.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like it would be cool to have Loki on the team.
Well, and also, I hope Tom Hiddleston comes back after Loki season 2 because him as Loki,
he's really good.
Really good.
Season 1, I've never been like the biggest Loki stan like a lot of people are, but his first season of his show really, really got me.
Yeah.
Into full-on Loki fan mode because he was really great.
Thor Ragnarok kind of started to like turn me around on him, and then Loki season 2 really nailed it. Loki season 1 kind of hit the nail on the head, and I'm a Tom Hiddleston Loki fan.
Yeah, he's great. I definitely hope he sticks around. He seems like he's enjoying it.
I was going to say, it looks like he's having a blast.
Chris Hemsworth apparently is okay with being Thor for as long as they want him to be.
Yeah.
So
keep him around, honestly. I like all the OG boys. Keep them around. Don't let them go anywhere.
All right, and then the last one to talk about looks like Captain America New World Order. That's going to be Sam Wilson's Captain America. I imagine, you think Bucky will probably be in that, right?
Oh, for sure. And then I would also assume Sharon Carter's probably going to be in it.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be kind of following on from where we left things. And
that's kind of what I'm thinking, too. I'm kind of excited for that. For it to be the end of a phase movie.
Thunderbolts is the end of phase movie.
Well, one of the end of phase movies.
Right.
Sorry. So it's probably going to be something a little bigger, I would assume. I mean, all of these.
It's Captain America 4. I mean, it's a full on like.
Yeah, I feel like all of these are all of the movies in this section are going to be kind of nuts. Like Quantumania is huge. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be the last.
Did
Guardians
you see the leaked trailer footage from Guardians 3?
No.
They showed a trailer like behind closed doors at Comic-Con, and somebody recorded it like with their phone or whatever. It's only like a 2-second clip, but it shows some cool stuff.
Oh,
Of
like what?
Like Rocket, like how he was created.
Oh,
Like apparently it's going to be kind of going into Rocket's origins and like
Very
him
cool.
dealing with that like existentialism of like
Yeah.
having been created in an experiment or whatever. Like that's going to be part of the themes of
hell
it.
yeah. Well, and then creating Adam Warlock, that would make sense as like a thematic thing.
Yeah, apparently he's in the trailer too. They didn't show it in the it wasn't in the leaked part of that, but he was in the trailer that they showed. And he has a stone in his head, not an Infinity Stone apparently, but he has got like a glowing thing on his forehead. I don't know if it'll be an Infinity Stone.
May 6th.
Next May? Dude, that's not too far. Next year? It's a few months.
May, June, July. So like 10 months.
Something like that. That's not that far, honestly.
And time's gonna fly right by.
Honestly.
But still, damn, that feels like so long.
Dude, Ant-Man and the Wasp is Quantumania
Really
is in
close.
February.
Yeah.
That's coming up soon as hell. Yeah, we got a lot to look forward to for sure.
I feel like time has been going by so fast recently. Like I just get up on Monday and go to work, and then all of a sudden it's Friday, and I'm coming home, and I'm just like chilling on my couch.
I don't know. You think it's just because we're so busy?
Gotta be.
We've been really. I feel like since we started this, we've been busy a lot of
just
the
like
time.
non-stop doing stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, because I felt that too. Time has been going quick.
Which is kind of nice and kind of sad, kind of rough at the same time. Because I don't know, I'm not doing as much as I want to be doing,
Right.
but also I'm getting to movies quicker and shows quicker. 'Cause, like I'm just going through the motions during the week, and then all of a sudden it's Friday, and it's like, okay, now I've got a whole season of a show to watch, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Time's crazy, man.
it's
Don't wanna
something.
get into
It's
that.
something else.
Yeah.
Let's shoot back over to the notes. Do you have any last things about the upcoming MCU schedule?
Phase 6 has a lot of holes in it right now. We only have Fantastic
Yeah.
Four and the 2 Avengers movies.
But I mean, that makes sense. It's a
Yeah,
whole
it's
phase away.
2025.
And we're not even done with phase
2024.
4 yet. We still got some shows and movies to come out.
One more movie and 2 more shows, right? We got I Am Groot,
Groot
She-Hulk,
and She-Hulk.
and Black Panther.
Yeah.
That'll be the end of phase 4. I
think
feel like
so.
we blasted through phase 4 really quick.
We did.
Like,
Yeah. I feel like one... See, you know what I bet it is? 1, 2, and 3, especially the first 2 phases, they... I don't know, you weren't getting movies like 6 movies a year back in the first.
well, phase
2
1 is
phases.
only 6 movies in its entirety.
right, but it
it's
came out over like a period
several
of time.
years. Yeah,
Right, exactly. So like,
Although
with
I think,
this, we're getting a ton of stuff in less than 2 years, basically, and just over 2 years, I guess. Or no, that's 1 year, 1.5 years. We're getting all of that stuff
yeah,
compared to when we first started with phase 1.
yeah. They're cranking stuff out. Which I hope that they get their special effects situation sorted.
I know.
Personally, I have not minded too bad. Like, the special effects have not stood out to me as being terrible, but apparently the studios that do that for them have been crazy overworked.
I've been seeing that recently.
And I can understand why, because they're cranking out a million shows and movies at once
Right.
all the time.
Yeah.
And there's only so many VFX houses that can work at that,
At that level
level
that
of
they
quality.
need to work at. We didn't talk about 7 at
Oh my
all.
gosh, we can talk about that. I watched 7 for the first time just now. that was going to be our
That
big
was going to
topic
be
for
the
this
meat
episode.
and butter here.
Well, that's all right. We can talk about it
Do
now.
we want to save this for next week? Because we're almost out of time here.
What time are we at?
46, but I've got 10 minutes left on recording.
Might have another little audio only portion at the end.
Do we want to talk about 7 tonight, or talk about maybe these couple things tonight?
Let's save 7 for next week. I do think it's
think
really
so.
funny because I crammed it. I watched
I know.
7 right before we started.
We
It's
both
like-
kind of crammed because I had to finish it earlier today too.
That's all right. Next week we'll do a 7-centric
Yeah.
episode because I watched it for the first time. I had never seen it.
That'll give us more time to kind of think about it too.
Yeah, I took a bunch of notes, but it's kind of just random garbage.
Right.
We'll talk about 7 next week. Look forward to that.
What's in the box?
It's a human head.
Well, let's jump down to this, bro. So
yeah, what's up?
I have been listening to a lot of music because I drive a lot for work.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple weeks ago, Harry Styles put out his.
Dude, we're
new
so
album.
late to cover this.
I know.
Came out ages
I
ago.
know. It came out a while ago. But you finally listened.
Yeah,
to
I
it.
finally just listened to it. You've been recommending it to me.
What did you think?
It slaps, dude. It was a good album.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I listened to it all the way through once, and then I picked out a couple songs that I really enjoyed and just downloaded those because.
Do you remember which ones they were? I can pull them up right now. Really,
I think
quick.
Music for a Sushi Restaurant is really good.
That's probably like one of my favorites. I think
that was really solid. Little Freak, I enjoyed quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then the ones you hear on the radio all the time, As It Was, and
yeah,
Late Night Talking or something.
Yep, Late Night Talking, As It Was, Daylight. I feel like plays a lot. Satellite. I like.
I'm gonna have to listen to that again. Most of these I only listened to one time. Anyway, it's really good.
I've listened to this album like 20 times,
really?
dude. Yeah.
It's a good album. I'm not like a big music guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I enjoy music as much as anybody. I listen to it, but it's like I don't think I've ever looked forward to an album dropping. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I'm just not.
You don't get.
My finger's not on the pulse of the music industry very much. So. Yeah. But I've been hearing a lot about this one and everybody talking about how great it is, so I definitely wanted to give it a listen, and I think it was worth it. But I don't know, it's interesting because you hear people talking about like, oh, the new Drake album or the new whatever, and like people getting excited or like wanting their favorite artist to release another album or like going to concerts. I don't really ever go to concerts either. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I'm just not like...
You like music, but you're not...
It's just kind of a background thing for me, I guess.
Sure, yeah. You're not like trying to... go through and depict music and try to like be really thorough with it, kind of. You're just trying to listen and vibe.
We'll have to have Caleb on the show.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
He's a music guy.
Put him right here, bro.
Yeah, we'll have to move around the setup a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, whenever we're talking with our friend Caleb, he's a musician, and he is always like, hey, what are you listening to right now? And I'm like, fucking, I don't know, man.
Just random shit that just pops up for me,
random stuff, yeah. So I never can like converse with him, I feel, adequately on music stuff, but we'll have to get him on here and he can school me a little bit.
Stuff like that. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've always really liked listening to music. Like my parents and I would take long car trips to like go camping or go down to Florida or something, and we would always drive.
I used to live in Florida, but my family lived here. I'm not gonna dox myself, but it's a long drive between here and Florida.
It's a long drive. It's like a day.
It's like 2 days if you don't binge it.
If you don't,
we would usually stop halfway and get a hotel or something. But yeah, we would make that drive a lot because our family lived here.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm well aware of that drive. I've made that quite a few times.
So you can kind of guess how much music we listened to when we were driving in the car.
Yeah, we listened to music too, but it was just the radio, just country music. My parents are big into country music.
Ooh, damn, dude.
But country, I feel like something about country artists, they just don't drop music as frequently as any other kind of artist. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I feel like if you turn on a country radio station right now, the songs they're playing are probably the same songs they were playing 10 years ago.
Yeah, honestly.
Like they've just got the same playlist, and every once in a blue moon they'll add a new song to it. But
yeah.
So because of that, it's like you hear the same songs over and over and over. It's kind of a nightmare.
I don't like country music at all. I don't like
mind
the one thing that I don't like to listen to is country music.
Some of it's pretty good, but I don't know. I think I was overexposed to it as a kid, and I don't really like it as much anymore because of that. Some country music is not bad though. Yeah. I like Tennessee Chris Stapleton, maybe. Yeah, Isaiah went to see a Chris Stapleton concert in like Tennessee or something.
Yeah, someplace in I think Tennessee or somewhere over there. He went to a Chris Stapleton concert.
Yeah, I think Willie Nelson opened for that one.
Willie Nelson and Sheryl Crow both opened. Sheryl Crow slaps like craasy, dude.
You went to a concert of hers recently.
Yeah. I went with my mom and my dad and watched Sheryl Crow.
She's country, right? Like kind of pop country?
She's kind of like a pop country.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess pop country would probably be the best way to describe that.
It's kind of like a lot of modern day country music is very poppy.
Yeah, probably because, I don't know, it's almost like rap where it's kind of going through like a phase, you know? Because like in the 90s,
I'm not a music guy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn, okay, so like in the 90s, rap was like more like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, NWA, those kind of things. But now it's like more like Lil Uzi and those kind of guys, where it's not the same type of rap as it was like in the 80s and the 90s. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So it's kind of going.
I feel
through
like 90s like gangster rap is like its own genre, right? Like it's a separate genre from just like standard rap music, right?
Yeah, true, but.
Well, I mean, I think all music is like that, though, right? Think of like pop music.
Everything
80s pop music is pretty different from how pop music is now, but it's still pop music. But like we kind of think of it as its own genre. Like you listen to 80s music is like, separate from just pop music.
Kind of like the same thing, basically.
I think that happens with every genre of music, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
that's kind of what I'm getting towards.
Well.
That's kind of what I'm getting to. Okay. It's kind of like going through like a change. Like you didn't really hear a lot of like the Lil Uzi verts back in the 80s and 90s, but now you hear more of them. It just kind of. The gangster rap kind of took a backseat to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas more classic country is taking a backseat to the new age country.
Okay, yeah, it's just kind of the natural evolution of it. I get you.
Yeah. I don't know what we were talking about before that.
I don't know, just music genres. Is there anything you've listened to besides Harry's House?
Yeah, actually, do you know Gorillaz?
I've heard one or two of their songs.
Feel Good.
They're like an animated band, right?
Yeah, it's kind of they're weird. I don't know.
I've heard Feel Good Inc.
Feel Good Inc. And Clint Eastwood's a really good one. They have a bunch of like older stuff that came out in the early 2000s that I love and I can like listen to all the time. But a lot of their newer stuff isn't that good. But they just released a new song called Cracker Island, and it fucking slaps, bro. I love it. It's like right back to what they used to be.
Okay.
And it makes me want to just cuddle up in a blanket and feel good.
I'll have to check it out. That sounds good. It's got kind of a goofy name.
it does have a goofy name. I saw it pop up and I was like, what in the hell is this? What else do I have on here? Nikki, she did some songs for the Shang-Chi movie.
Oh, okay.
She's got some really good music. Tove Lo is like one of my favorite artists. She's going to be dropping a new album. And you don't get excited for album drops? I go absolutely insane when people drop albums, especially Tove Lo. And she's going to be dropping a new one soon. I'm pretty excited.
Well, I'm excited for you.
Thanks. Thank you.
So I was playing some Demon Souls last night before I started watching movies. Dude, that game kicks my ass so hard. I like to think that I'm good at Souls games. I've played all of them multiple times. I've beaten them all like a bunch. I'm super into it.
You fucking walk me through all the Dark Souls games.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, some of them I have like every item location and enemy placement memorized.
It's
like
insane.
So I like to think that I'm very good at these games, right?
Yeah.
But dude, Demon Souls, I think what happened was because when it first came out, or we bought it after it came out, but when we first started playing it, Yumi and Isaiah all bought it at the same time. Yep. And we just co-opted through the whole thing. Yeah. So I don't really have any solo Demon Souls experience. I only have played through it in co-op where we just coast through and kill everything easy peasy. So I'm playing through it again on New Game Plus for the first time, which New Game Plus is easier than a regular New Game. But it's still like, I think I get this thing in my head where because I'm experienced, like I'm a Souls veteran, I think I'm invincible and I'm going to go in and just kick ass all day. And that mindset kills me, dude.
That sucks.
I'm in Stonefang Mine.
Yeah. Fuck, I hated that when I first started.
Dude, I cannot kill the stupid spider. The armor spider with the fire.
Oh my god.
I've tried every strategy. Dude, you know it's getting bad when you're like, you start going in, like, what if I just take off all my armor?
Yeah, just to try to roll faster to get out of the way.
Nope, that's not a good strategy. But I'm like, I'll do that, and then I'll be like, okay, let me put on the heaviest armor in the game and the huge great shield and see if I can tank it. That doesn't work either because it's just not, my playstyle is not either of those extremes. Although in Dark Souls 3, I love just running around naked with a gigantic sword and just like being a dodge down on boys. That's super fun. But Demon Souls is not built like that. You got to be a little bit slower.
Dude, I remember facing that spider in the Stonefang Mine, and oh my god, even with, I think Isaiah and I tried to do it first before we brought you in, and we were just getting wrecked, or it was the other way around. Something was happening, and we just could not.
The first time I played it with you, and we rinsed it immediately.
Yeah, I think because Isaiah and I had beat it earlier, and then you came in and we beat it with you, and we just fucking washed the floor with that thing.
Yeah. So fighting it solo, pretty tough.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like I just get it in my head that I can do it.
Is that your god tier?
Yeah, and that kills me. But then if I start going in like, oh, I fucking suck at these games, I'm not gonna. And then I coast through stuff. It's so weird. It's like a reverse confidence thing.
You just got to think your ass every time you play a Demon Souls game or a Souls game. I think that's pretty good, dude. This is a little shorter than our normal episode, but only
pretty short.
6 minutes.
Well, there's also a big chunk of time in there that we're gonna cut.
Oh, true. Do we want to talk about anything else?
Do you have anything else to talk about?
I went disc golfing today.
Oh yeah, what was that? We can talk about disc golfing.
That was fun. I have been. This will be my 3rd time going.
Okay.
And it took me 14 holes to warm up. I wasn't good until I hit hole.
Dude, I went bowling the other week when my mom was in town. And we went bowling with her, and dude, it takes me a full game to get in the groove of bowling
because you don't ever do it.
Yeah. I pretty much I don't think I've ever been bowling not with my mom. I'm pretty sure that's the only time I go bowling is if she's in town and she wants to bowl because she likes bowling. I do too, but
it's fun.
I don't know. Don't go out of my way to go pay.
It's not something.
Dude, that would actually be pretty fun. You and me and Isaiah and Caleb, we go out and we have a boys bowling night. That would have a beer or something.
That would be sick. Oh yeah, because they serve beer at most of those places. Yeah,
that would be pretty fun.
That would be actually sick as
bowling special.
Bowling special. Set up the tripod. Whoa! Like in Wii. Yeah.
I absolutely love the bowling and Wii Sports. When we got a Wii when I was a kid, that was the only game. No, it actually came with a bunch of games, but I only played Wii Sports mostly.
It's fun.
The only sport in Wii Sport that I ever played was bowling. I didn't play anything else.
Oh yeah.
I love the bowling.
Golf. I liked playing golf, but you're not.
All the other sports I just played like once. Like I just tried them, and then I just kept coming back to bowling, dude. I just loved bowling.
You can't not bowl, bro. Bowling is awesome.
It's the best one in Wii Sports.
Hell
for
yeah.
Sure. That's true.
Discing was fun, except for the place we went was just completely forested. So like I was in the middle of the trees all the time.
Oh, I thought they were usually like
different,
more like a normal golf course.
Different courses are like set up differently, and it just depends on where they're at. There are tons of courses, and some of them are like wide open. There's one kind of over by my house. It's like 20 minutes away. And it's like a normal golf course, like a couple of like in the trees ones. But today was just all
Don't forget
trees.
When you're editing to fucking bleep yourself when you said the name of the city we live in.
Classic. No, but and like I wasn't throwing it very straight until the 14th hole when I kind of was getting it down. So I was just like shooting it out and into the like to ferns and bushes and shit. So I had to like go find them. It kind of was lame.
That's kind of what it's like when I play regular golf.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like when I play regular golf too. Just fucking shooting them off to the side.
Yeah, dude, I cannot aim to save my life in golf. It's impossible.
It's terrible.
I'm lucky if I even hit it. Like I'll whiff 30 times in a row.
Dude, if you got good and like actually connected with a ball, you would fucking send it. Dude.
That's the trick, though, isn't it? You gotta actually hit the ball.
But you would fucking send it, dude, if you hit it.
Yeah, well, that was like in high school with we threw shot and disc in high school, and the coaches were always like, "Man, if you figured out your form, you'd be great at this." And I'm like, "I know,
but too bad I'm uncoordinated as fuck."
Oh yeah, terrible.
Hell yeah, bro.
All right, we can end the episode.
Disc golfing's fun. Disc golfing is fun.
Yeah, I'll have to go sometime.
We'll have to go sometime. I don't have a lot of discs, but I'd be down to go sometime. It's pretty sick.
Alrighty. Well, on that note...
Wait.
What?
I have one thing I have to say.
Okay, say it.
And you've been listening to the Big and Stuff podcast. Have a great week.
Stupid.
Oh, whoops. That's the record button.